Hi guys, Andy with the Exit Advisor here. I asked 5 business owners who've never sold a business what their top questions would be. So I've got 12 questions here on the board behind me. We're going to go through them one by one. If you're curious about it, stick around. Now the most popular question, what is my business worth? So there's 2 answers here. The short answer is a bit of a cop-out in that it's worth what someone's willing to pay for it. Typically smaller businesses aren't listed on any exchanges, and as a result, proving the value of each share and therefore the total enterprise value is quite difficult. There are ways that you can objectively define that value. Typically, there's 3 kind of accepted ways in the industry. The first one is the sort of net asset value. So if you're looking at a business which isn't doing particularly well but has high assets, you can work out the equity in the assets, so fair market value less the debt, and then you can apportion a small piece of goodwill onto that as well. People think that goodwill is kind of a bit of a term that's thrown around and there's no kind of objectivity around it, but you can actually quantify using industry recognized formula to the value of goodwill. So you can work that out to a reasonably accurate degree. The second option is very popular in investment banking, which is called the DCF or discounted cash flow model, and you sort of use a blend of actual earnings over the past 3 to 5 years plus a sort of portion of future cash flows or projected cash flows, and you reduce them or discount them back to what's called a net present value, and that will give you the sort of total enterprise value based on a mixture of things. Thirdly, you can use the multiple method. So if you know a business that is sold in your industry or a similar business to yours that's sold for X times earnings, for example, you can use that on your business. So it can either be earnings or EBITDA or EBIT. It can range between those as well as a couple of other variables. The only difficulty with this mechanism is that sometimes you're comparing apples to oranges. You might compare a business in your industry that's sold, but it could be 100 times bigger than yours. And so, the question is it reasonable to expect that your multiple valuation should be the same as that business? And the answer, of course, is no. So you have to sort of discount it back. Some of the variables you can weight slightly differently, so it'll produce a more reasonable valuation. But with any valuation, you tend to use a blend of those things, so it won't just be one method. You will calculate it across maybe all 3 and sort of use 2 of those to produce the final figure. And it won't actually be an exact figure, it will be like a range, so you'll have a lower bound and an upper bound. And if you're somebody like me who is certified by the ACCA to value businesses, that's a service that I offer free for plant hire companies and companies in the construction industry. So if you want to know the value, then reach out to me and we can sort that out for you.